Our next session is led by Dr. Lynn Fiellin, founder of Playable, a digital behavioral health company spun out of the academic research program, the Play to Prevent Lab at Yale. In the talk, Games for Adolescent Mental Health, Addressing Different Places and People, Lynn will focus on serious games designed to improve mental health and well-being among youth, and will highlight how these games can address the growing mental health challenges faced by young people today. Please welcome Dr. Fiellin.
Ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
Start the clock, please.
Hi, everyone. My biggest stressor, even in this type of a conference, is the AV. So we're off to a great start. So I want to thank Chris for that introduction. I want to thank Susanna and her team for really putting together, again, another fabulous festival, which I'm really proud to be a part of. And I'm pleased to be presenting the work of both my Play to Prevent Lab, as well as its sister organization, Playable. So as Chris said, I'm Lynn Fiellin. I'm founder and chief scientific officer of Playable, which focuses on the distribution of our 5 evidence-based video games that target the most critical health outcomes in teens. I'm also the founding director of the Play to Prevent Lab, my academic research program that developed and evaluated our 5 games. And then most recently, I'm a professor of biomedical data science at Dartmouth after being at the Yale School of Medicine for over 30 years. So I'm really pleased to be here to talk with you about games for adolescent mental health. I'm going to be presenting some fairly sobering statistics, but I think the thing to keep in mind, and the goal of this presentation, is to show how games can really be a part of the solution of what is becoming a major global problem. As a member of the newly formed Global Mental Health Task Force, I'm honored to be working with the Games for Change team and colleagues on how to address this epidemic in young people. In my talk, I'll share with you the work we have done so far to address adolescent mental health and what we are planning to do in examining this growing issue in different places and different people. So you've heard it over the last day or so, there is a global adolescent mental health crisis. In the US alone, close to 50% of adolescents, or 21 million teens, have experienced a mental health disorder in their lifetime. During the first year of the pandemic, globally, 1 in 4 adolescents experienced symptoms of depression, 1 in 5 symptoms of anxiety, and these rates continued to climb during the pandemic. Less than 1/2 who needed treatment received it. And mental health stigma is increasingly being seen as a major barrier for folks to seek help. In a recent meta-analysis of studies examining barriers to seeking help in young people, 92% of these studies reported perceived social stigma and embarrassment as a major culprit. And this mental health crisis is fueled by social media use in youth. You can see the relationship here between social media and rates of depression. And in fact, just this past week, Surgeon General Vivek Murthy released a new advisory on social media and youth mental health, calling for warning labels on social media sites. So at the Play to Prevent Lab, and now at Playable, we're focused on addressing these issues around youth mental health. For the past almost 15 years, we've developed, evaluated, and implemented digital health games as video games that impact health behavior in teens and young adults. And this is our portfolio of our 5 evidence-based digital health games. We developed them in partnership with folks who are here in this audience and here at the festival, including Shell Games, First Playable, and Ben Sawyer, who's from Digital Mill, and in collaboration with our teen partners who have been involved in every step of the process. Our games cover a wide range of adolescent health issues, including smoking and vaping, opioid misuse, sexual health, and they focus heavily on mental health, both in the development process we use as well as the outcomes we measure. They cover ages 10 to 20, are web mobile, and fully accessible on any device. And they can be basically played anywhere at any time. In addition to the high levels of engagement and accessibility for youth, our games are evidence-based. They're backed by vast amounts of published efficacy data, published in over 25 papers, including 5 randomized controlled trials. And as I mentioned, a number of these games focus squarely on mental health in young people. I'm really proud of the fact that recently, all 5 of our games were included as critical resources around mental health in youth by the Office of the U.S. Surgeon General. So for this talk, I'm going to focus on the 2 games that we've developed, PlaySmart and EmpowerEd, that address mental health, and a few ongoing and future projects that again address youth mental health in different places and different people. These include teens in school-based mental health clubs, young people in Greece and Cyprus, and the idea of integrating digital health games with other forms of technology to address mental health in teen girls at home. So let's talk about PlaySmart. PlaySmart is our 5th funded game by the National Institutes of Health, created through an extensive development process, working with Shell Games and Adolescent, and focuses on mental health promotion and prevention of opioid misuse in high school age students. You can see here the storylines and the mini games we landed on for PlaySmart after extensive formative work with teens. This is an example of a home screen, and I've highlighted the areas that specifically target mental health in this game, including stories that focus on helping a friend or yourself seek help, and the mini game that looks at interactions on social media and how to manage them. One of the mini games, Stress Sense, highlighted in yellow, teaches coping skills and helps teens learn how to reframe negative thoughts. So let's take a quick look, if this works, at a demo of PlaySmart and how it addresses mental health.
PlaySmart is a game about making the right decisions and taking care of your mental health. You learn lessons throughout the game that you can carry with you in real life. Through storylines and mini games, you learn about the importance of your own mental health and the mental health of others. In one storyline called A Friend in Need, a friend is experiencing some mental health issues. You try your best to cheer them up, but end up learning that sometimes it is best to let an adult step in and help. Throughout the game, you practice coping skills through helping friends in the Stress Sense minigame. Your friends deal with common struggles such as feeling down, having the loss of a loved one, and feeling left out. Through helping your friends in the game, you learn how to cope and how to reframe your own negative thoughts. In PlaySmart, when you are looking for help for your own mental health, you go through the storyline A New Direction, where you learn both the importance of therapy and how to find the right therapist for you. In PlaySmart, you practice skills of coping and reframing and learn about the importance of mental health and where to go to get support. The lessons you take from the game you can use in real life when talking about and looking after your own mental health. PlaySmart was developed by the Play to Prevent Lab. For more information, please visit playtoprevent.org. PlaySmart.
So that's just a taste of what is actually about 6 to 8 hours of unique gameplay. We're currently evaluating this game through a large randomized controlled trial in 15 schools in Connecticut, collecting data from 530 students over 12 months. So those results should actually be out sometime in the next 3 to 6 months. Moving on to our next game, which is called EmpowerEd, we evaluated in a smaller randomized controlled pilot study. And with this game that was literally less than an hour of gameplay, we were able to demonstrate impact on both their cognitive reappraisal skills and their beliefs and attitudes with 100 Connecticut high school students. So now shifting to some ongoing projects and then some future planned projects. So one of the ongoing projects that we've been working on that specifically addresses youth mental health is a project that we're working in collaboration with Bring Change to Mind, which is a national organization created by actress Glenn Close that has established mental health clubs in high schools all over the country. We've also partnered with the Earsay Institute, which is a relatively newly established institute at Indiana University, Founded with a gift from the Irsay family, who just happens to own the Indianapolis Colts and happen to also be very focused on mental health, both for their players and for young people. This institute, as I mentioned, has designed their own initiatives, including Kicking the Stigma, so their focus is not only on mental health, but also on mental health stigma. So we've conducted formative work to look deeply into both teen mental health and mental health stigma, with the goal of building a new game adapted from the PlaySmart game, which I just showed you, that solely targets both mental health and stigma. So this is some of the work we've done to date, working with Bring Change to Mind and their teen club members and partners at Irsay. We conducted 11 focus groups with 53 unique participants. Teen participants were high schoolers who came from 5 different states around the country. And as you can see here, we're well represented in terms of gender, ethnicity, and race. Also a distribution between grades from 9th to 12th grade. These are 4 of the themes that were identified during these focus groups from the inductive qualitative analyses, and I'm going to focus on the second one, which is bolded here, which I found to be particularly interesting. So the second theme concerns definitions of mental health stigma and experiences participants had with this type of stigma. The discussion highlighted 2 very interesting areas alongside mental health stigma, being 1, toxic positivity, and 2, trivialization. So participants raised this notion of toxic positivity, where they shared that peers put on a facade that everything is great when it isn't. This is especially seen on social media. This leads to confusion about the realness of mental health concerns, and it also promotes the stigma because it makes it abnormal if someone doesn't always feel great or happy. So you can see that in this quote from this student who said, it's like, sometimes I just want to be okay that I'm not happy with it. Just let me not be happy with it for a moment. And just being able to be genuine, whether that's in a bad way, where it's like I'm not feeling too great, and that's fine, or genuinely I'm feeling absolutely awesome, and that's great too. This is coupled with the idea of trivialization, which our teen participants also brought up and echoed throughout the focus groups, was essentially this idea of minimizing or oversimplifying mental health conditions. So with this data in hand, the plan really is to start thinking about the next game project where we can introduce and integrate these notions into a game that focuses solely on mental health and mental health stigma in teens. A future project that we're working towards is, again, to take the PlaySmart game, which will have much utility in being used in many different ways, and modifying it, working with our partners at Shell Games and in-country stakeholders. And these places include Cyprus and Greece. Also working with another organization in Greece called CARDET, which stands for the Center for Advancement and Research and Development in Educational Technology, based in Cyprus, as well as a family foundation that is also in country. And so we're looking with this project to respond to the mental health crisis in these countries. And again, you can see this from these numbers. 1 in 4 children in Cyprus experience mental health issues more than weekly. Close to 40% of young people in Greece report poor mental health is what worries them the most. This is coupled with evolving and expanding national interest in mental health, fortunately. So this project is in the works and will extend our evidence-based game, again, to different places and different people. And a second project in the works is one in which we plan to integrate a digital health game with passive sensing, so something like on your watch, and a single session intervention, or SSI, to address mental health. This is a collaborative effort with our partners at Filament Games, the Jacobson Lab at Dartmouth, and the Lab for Scalable Mental Health at Northwestern University. Specifically, we're addressing the significant gap around mental health for adolescent girls and providing solutions for them at home. The ongoing mental health crisis disproportionately impacts adolescent girls, with 57% of them feeling persistently sad or hopeless. This is double that of boys and comes with huge rates of suicide and suicidality. We also know that access to support and treatment is limited. So what we're proposing is an integrated solution of a digital health game, passive sensing, and SSIs to fill this gap of providing an evidence-based solution to teen girls at home. We're still waiting on the funding news, so that's still in the works, but really hoping to have an opportunity to do this impactful project. So to close, and I hope you sort of get the sense that this is not just a local, regional, or even national problem. This is a global adolescent mental health crisis impacting many different parts of the world and many different groups of young people. And there's a gap in solutions. But, and I think this is really where the good news is that digital health games play a major, increasing role in addressing these gaps. With games that are played in high school, games that are played in high school mental health clubs, adapting games for other countries and cultures as part of national initiatives, integrating games with technologies to provide support and solutions to a particularly vulnerable population such as teen girls, and that there are endless future opportunities that will expand on a global approach with the goal of reaching all young people through the power of play and games. So I just want to say thank you to the Play to Prevent and Playable teams, to our game development partners who have been amazing and fundamental to doing this work, and most importantly, our teen partners who are critical to our games having the impact that they do. And thank you.